but we need to.
All set. Okay, all right. Call the meeting of North Reading School Committee to order for April 14th, 2008. First order of business is public input. Do we have anybody who would like to be heard, ask a question, make a comment before the committee at this time? Okay, seeing none, next we'll move to our student report, and we have Kelly McQuillan from the class of 2009.
Alright, this past Friday was the junior class fundraiser, the comic hypnotist Frank Santos Jr. It was a wonderful show. They were hilarious. Some of the things they did, bringing back memories like the Backstreet Boys and Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Also on Friday night, the Interact Club hosted E-Mark Dance. It was a themed dance that some of our students and some of the students from E-Mark attended in the high school cafeteria. Report cards were recently sent out and received. This weekend, the Eco team had their storm drain project, and they painted symbols with like fish that showed people like just express caution.
Dumping.
Yeah, like don't dump things in the storm drains.
Is that around town they painted those? Or?
I think they're like bright orange.
Yeah, the most obvious one is as you go into the back entrance of the library. There's one right there.
Spring sports are underway. The visit from Escuela Sierra Nevada ended last Sunday, April 6th, in tears. Class selection assemblies have been held, and students are working out the classes for next year. And this upcoming Wednesday, SAD is hosting an assembly called Think Ahead. I believe it's about brain injuries and cautioning kids not to drink and drive around prom. And then for student work, I'm going to talk about the exchange program with Escuela Sierra Nevada. I'm currently in Spanish 4, and for the past 3 years, I've hosted an exchange student, and it's a wonderful experience. I've made so many friends that even if I never see them again, I still talk to them, and they're great kids. We had a great time showing them around Boston. We took her to the Bruins game and ice skating, which is something she was not used to. I was sad to see her leave. The departure was very sad. Tears were flowing from everyone. And hopefully I'll be able to go down next year. And also in the Spanish class itself, we're learning about like fashion and clothes. So Miss Diozi's having us do a fashion show. And we're split up into groups of like 3 to 5, and we have to design from our closets a new clothing line that like, and then we have a mock fashion show with like music and an announcer in Spanish.
You have a mock Tyra Banks telling you what you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
Now, do most of the kids down there, when they go back, do you communicate with them on instant message,
Yeah.
or most of them are online on
Yep.
Facebook and
Yep,
things like that?
Facebook and MSN. Yep.
So that helps to kind of keep them as friends for
Yeah.
forever.
Yep.
That's good. Any other questions, comments from the committee? I should mention, now I don't remember who won. I know we had our spelling hornet, and I believe Miss Winnacoo's team
Yeah.
won, but I forget who the students were on the team. I think they went through 9 or 10 rounds of spelling.
I want to say it was 2 freshmen or sophomores.
It was quite impressive. I could spell every word that they went through, but I didn't have the time to enter, so I
We should have ended.
have to write it on the paper, exactly. The school committee was going to enter a team, but we just couldn't get our act together. And we didn't want to be embarrassed probably going on the second and third round, so. Thanks, Kelly. Okay, next we're going to move our agenda around a little bit, because tonight Dr. Troughton would like to introduce us to our new middle school principal.
Yes, I'd like to invite Mr. John Fauché to come up, and John is really pleased after 4 months, or a very long process and a long time, that I was able to offer the position of middle school principal to Mr. Fauché. We are still in the process of having contract discussions, and those are ongoing. But John comes to us from Georgetown, where he currently serves as the assistant principal of the Georgetown Middle Senior High School, where he's been in that role for 8 years. And it's kind of an interesting role, because this is one school, a middle and a high school, And although John's title is assistant principal, he, for all intents and purposes, serves as the de facto principal for that division or for that portion of the school. Prior to coming to Georgetown, he served as assistant principal in the Pentucket School District at the middle school level. And he brings just a tremendous, in addition to his educational background and his work experiences, what we were very impressed with, both when we visited Georgetown as well as when John was here in North Reading, just the high level of integrity that he brings, his deep caring for students as well as staff, and people spoke incredibly, very, very highly of John's work in Georgetown. I know that our search committee, who spent time interviewing candidates and then also accompanying us on the site visit to Georgetown, was equally impressed with Mr. Forcher's background. I will say that the search committee was comprised of 3 of our staff members, Nick Damiano, teacher at the middle school. Nick is here tonight. Diane Moody, and also Sylvia Weiss, school psychologist. We had 2 parents, Lena Galato and Jane Swart, and Bill Cease, the principal of the little school, and Pam Bodwin, our director of curriculum and technology. So we had a very comprehensive search process. We actually had 39 applicants for the position. We interviewed 10 and then did site visits to 2 finalists. And so I asked John if he was able to come and meet everyone tonight. And he's been through so many interviews and had so many questions asked of him. I promised him that we would not interview him in public a second time. But I don't know, John, if you want to make a...
Thank you very much. That was very nice. I appreciate that. Certainly, I'm very pleased to be here this evening, and the opportunity of being the middle school principal in North Reading is not only very exciting. I sincerely look forward to being able to come on board here and start. I actually am kind of one of those people that really wants to just jump right in and start. So I'm really very grateful for this opportunity. I'd like to take the opportunity to publicly thank Dr. Troden and all the search committee members. The process of conducting the search to fill this principalship was extremely well thought out. It was very organized and very, very professional. Of course, I was particularly impressed with your final decision. Looking forward, I certainly plan to avail myself at every opportunity to help with the planning and preparation for the 08-09 school year. And to this end, I know Dr. Troden, Mr. Hodges, and I will be detailing a transition plan in the near future. That said, I know you'd be very understanding when I tell you that I still have considerable amount of work left to do in Georgetown, and I hope that I'll be able to assist in their transition on the other end. So it looks like I'm going to have a pretty busy spring ahead of me. But again, thank you again to everybody. This is a great opportunity for me, and I really look forward to working with all of you in the very near future. Certainly, if you have a question or two, I'd be happy to answer it.
Questions or comments? Steve?
I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to meet you sooner. I know personal questions that I won't ask from this forum. And unfortunately, I'm only going to be on the committee for a very short time.
Right, Steve.
The successor in the May election, because he's running unopposed, is sitting behind me.
He's looking at the best side of me.
You said that.
Right.
But I do hope you get a chance to get to know you better. And one of the things, I don't know how long you'll be here tonight, but one of the things that we have been talking about as a committee is a strategic planning committee. And I think there's a lot of work ahead, and I do hope to be working with you in one capacity or another.
Excellent.
I'm just happy to hear that you're coming from a combined middle and senior high school, because one of the new school plans we're looking at is some combined facilities between the middle school and high school. Not that that's going to happen anytime soon, but we're always hopeful. And, you know, that way, we've got someone with some experience on the ground of sharing facilities between middle schoolers and high schoolers, so that's nice to have on board.
Yeah, it's a unique setup, not a lot of them around, but
Right.
it has its advantages, has some disadvantages, which I'm sure you're aware of, but yeah, absolutely. We have to share that experience.
When I went to Kentucky, it was just a junior, senior high school, and there was only one administration because there were only 700 and some odd kids in the 6th grades combined.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think one comment I'd make is, I think the good news is you're coming in, we've gotten a budget that's to the point where we're able to restore some things here in North Reading that we had to cut out last year, or this current year. The one thing I'd ask you, is there any chance you could get a residency in North Reading so you could vote for the override by May?
Not by May.
Not by May, I guess we're too late on that.
Right.
But, you know, we are, and you do have a big task ahead of you because the planning and the changes involve all the schools, including the middle school, and some of the new things we're going to try to do next year. So we look forward to having you come on board. And one thing Dr. Troughton didn't mention is this is a hands-on principal. He has experience in everything. And when I met John, I said, this is my guy. This guy can, you know, he can fix the boiler, and he can be a great educator and administrator. And that's the kind of guy and our boilers may need a lot of work over the next few years if we're in this school. So
that reputation really precedes me.
So I was really excited to have you, when Dr. Troughton notified me, because I enjoyed meeting you when you were here and with the parents, and we're looking forward to working with you. I think it's going to be
Thank
a
you
great
very much.
relationship. Anybody else?
Welcome aboard. As far as tonight's meeting, get out when you can, because we're reviewing goals tonight.
Right.
Oh, no.
Right. And this could take forever.
It's just
so.
something you just don't want to be around.
Right.
But it's nice meeting you. Good luck.
Mark?
All right.
Good night, John.
Thank
I
you.
actually
Oh.
sat in on the interview, so I...
Mr. Damiano?
As a member of the middle school faculty, I just want to take a brief moment here to welcome Mr. Fauché to our middle school community and our general community. I think you'll find both communities warm and welcoming, and we look forward to your stewardship and your leadership in the years to come. So
Thank you
welcome.
very much. That's been great. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thanks a lot. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay, next, we're going to move to, we have two of our 4 school nurses here, and they are going to talk to us tonight about bacterial meningitis. So we have Heather, is it Loray?
Yes.
Loray and Karen Adams from the high school, and Heather Loray from the Hood School. Welcome. Thanks.
Just as an introduction, both nurses, Heather Loray and Karen Adams, have been very instrumental in not only working with the other nurses, but our health advisory committee and John Bernard at the high school to bring what we feel is some very critical information to our high school students and their parents, and that involves bacterial meningitis. And I'm going to let both of the nurses talk a little bit about why this is important and also about the upcoming presentation. If I can get the computer to work, we'll have a little presentation here. So I'll turn it over to the two of you.
My name's Heather Loray. I'm the nurse at the Hood School. I've been a North Reading resident for 17 years, and my husband is a townie.
That Tony, your husband?
Tony Loray is my husband, yes. We're interested in presenting a program. Karen Adams and I, and who's absent tonight and is also participating in the program, is Penny Kulikowski. She's the middle school nurse. We're interested in educating the middle school and middle school and high school parents about the importance of meningitis vaccine. Meningitis affects 3,000 Americans each year. 10% of all age groups will die from the disease. In the age group of 15 years to 24 years, the fatality rate rises to 25%. So 1 in 4 in that age group will die from the disease. 20% of the patients who survive the disease have serious sequelae such as limb loss,